Hello everyone, I am back with another junk journal flip through. This journal is a glamour themed journal for my friend Tammy. And I'm going to start by talking about the cover. It is slightly larger than a folded in half piece of copier paper because the base paper in here is copier paper, and I made it a little bit wider than that to accommodate it. I didn't do a lot of measuring, to be honest. The spine is somewhere between 1.5 inches and 2 inches wide. This fabric I got from a scarf at Dollar Tree with the XO on it, and there were some other XOs on the inside. And this was a napkin, or not napkin, a napkin or a handkerchief or something. I'm not really sure what it was, but I got it at the thrift store, and it was so pretty, especially with this like gold and pink embellishment here. This is a charm that I got at the thrift store. You can see it has pretty roses on it, and it's attached with like a chemically rusted safety pin. And a little bit of a confession, when I glued down the napkin slash handkerchief slash whatever this is, I had issues with seepage, and there's a seepage spot underneath here that this is designed to cover up. You'll notice it has an elastic closure with a little decoration on it. My neighbor actually gave this to me. It was a headband. She's like, I would never wear that. And I was like, cool, I'll use it for junk journaling. I know just the journal to put it on. I also had issues with seepage along the spine, so I put this piece of ribbon down with this corset decoration on it, and I love this little ribbon here. I love this ribbon, but I think this is really neat the way it looks. And then the back, as you can see, is very similar to the front, but not as decorated. All right, on the edge, make sure you can see the edge properly. We have these gray tabs that run all the way down the length of the journal to give the sides some interest. And we have a couple of charms attached to them. The first one, hang on, it fell down in there. Doop doop, come here you. Come out of there. Don't be shy, little charm. We're all dying to see you. There we go. It is an altered paperclip charm that I did as part of the Tuesday tutorial challenge in a junk journaling group I'm in. So if you're in that junk journaling group, you will recognize a lot of the stuff in here comes from the Tuesday tutorial challenge. This is a boho bead made out of cloth. And this is a pop tab charm. Alrighty, so let's get started then. Take that off, set it aside. I didn't do a lot on the inside of the cover because I really like this paper. I think it's really pretty, and I think it just like goes so well as an inside the cover theme. So I didn't do anything with it. Of course, you know, if you're making your own junk journal, feel free to put tuck spaces or little pockets, whatever you want to do. But I left mine blank because I happen to think that paper is really, really pretty. This is a belly band, and there's nothing under it right now, but I actually made that that dress. I cut it out of scrapbooking paper and then added the lace at the bottom and the little bow. And we have a couple of stickers here. And the paper itself, you'll see a lot of this pink paper. It is Kool-Aid dyed copier paper. And you dye it with Kool-Aid the same way you would with coffee or tea if you were doing coffee dyeing or tea staining or whatever. And I just happened to use Kool-Aid because I knew I wanted this journal to be pink. To be honest, it still smells faintly of pink lemonade, but I don't think that's necessarily a drawback. On this side, we have a little tuck space here with diamonds because it is a glamour themed junk journal. And we have this piece of ephemera. This is Mod Podge newspaper. And these are little punches with rhinestones in them and a lipstick. And on the back, if you can see, there's a place to journal because I like for my ephemera to be functional. So you can use it as well as look at it. There's nothing wrong with decorational ephemera. I just like for mine to be functional. This is a little half page, you'll see, and it has a perfume bottle on it. Now, my friend Chrissy gifted me a magazine with beautiful perfume bottles in it. And so I cut them out and I made them into tuck spaces and belly bands. So you'll see a lot of them in this journal. And I just think it's really pretty and really neat and really adds to the glamour of the Glamour journal. And here we have a corset pocket. I'm going to take this out so I can show you. It has a little charm here, T for Tammy. And it's supposed to look like a little bit of cleavage there, which I think is neat. And this is it's supposed to be an altered time card, but I didn't have a time card. So I used a chess form that I had floating around from the chess journal that I did. If you've seen that video, it's the same form that I used. But the way it goes is it opens up. And this one opens up this direction. It's attached with washi tape, and it has a little envelope there. There's nothing in the envelope. And then this one flips up, and it has papers to write on. And then this one flips out this way, and it has a little prefab tag in it. Neat, right? And then it also flips this direction, and there is a little tuck space in here for putting things in. And this goes into the what they call the corset pocket. I like to think it's like, you know, tucking something into your cleavage. That's what it's supposed to be reminiscent of. A blank page for journaling. Then we have a little half page here. I love these and I think they're really neat. This one has a little matchbook at the bottom. I'm going to bring it up so you can see it a little bit better. Made out of purple cardstock with a little sticker on it. And on the inside is a little bit of ephemera. Like so. And on the back is an embellishment with a lace and a butterfly. I cut that out of a magazine. Can you see it? Yes, you can. There you go. Lace and butterfly embellishment. And on this page, this is a belly band that's made out of a perfume bottle. I think it's so pretty. I love that perfume bottle. And we have a tag. I made a set of these tags for this journal. And they're all blank on the back for journaling. And I really love them, and I think they're really, like, feminine and cute. But they're not standard sizes. I mean, they're all standard to one another, but I cut them out of a paper bag. So they're not, like, standard to, like, stuff you'll find anywhere else. They're just tag-shaped, if that makes sense. Alrighty, and we have here a little stamp and a lace decoration with another one of those little pop tabs. Little pop tab charms. Alright, I'm going to turn this sideways so you can see this one. This is an altered, well no, not altered. It's a stamped and distressed paper bag. And it comes open like that, and it's for storing bulky stuff. If there happens to be something bulky that my friend Tammy wants to put in here, it's distressed on the edges and stamped, and I think that's supposed to be Paris. Not 100% sure, but it's a huge stamp, and I love it. I think it's really pretty, and of course, Paris is the most glamorous of cities, theoretically. I love this little half page here. It's darker brown in color, and it's a little hard to see, but there's a little coffee cup right in the corner, and I love that. I think it's neat. Here we have green ledger paper, and it's been folded into a tuck space. We have this bit of ephemera. It says property inventory, so she can write a property inventory if she needs to. Another tag from that same set. And this is a coin envelope that has been coffee dyed. It's made out of a book page, and it has a little medallion down at the bottom. Now, I saved that medallion off of a wine bottle because I think the little tops on the wine bottles are really neat, and they really, lend themselves well to junk journaling. And here you can see the ledger paper a bit better. I love this little tuck space, so I'm going to take out the ephemera. These are made out of book pages with phases of the moon washi tape and some stamps. And they're all like little tuck spaces. And these are business cards that haven't been printed on. I like to include them as little journaling cards. And we're going to put them back in there and make sure they're arranged all cute. So they look neat. There we go. Here we have another one of those tuck spaces made out of a perfume bottle. I love it. I think it's really pretty. You'll notice the color scheme through here. There are a couple of things that repeat. Pink and red, obviously. Green, occasionally. And, of course, the XO theme. Now, this is made from the same fabric as on the front. And I left it a bit loose so that it could accommodate this bulky thing. This is made out of envelopes, and it's got lots of places to write and journal, and every place along the top is a tuck space. So you can tuck something down in here, you can tuck something down in here, come over this way, you can tuck something, hang on. You can tuck something down in here. All of these have little tuck spaces along the top to store secret things. It's a little hard to get back together. There we go. But I love those envelopes, and I thought they'd make a neat little booklet like that. Adult coloring book page. I love to include these. And here we've come to the center of our first signature. This journal is a chunky monkey, but it has 2 signatures. And I like to include a pro and cons list right in the middle so that the recipient can write out their pros and cons of whatever issue they're trying to resolve. And it makes sense that you would need the pros and cons to be together. So that's how I like to do it. On the other side of the adult coloring book page, blank page for journaling. This is another one of those pink pages, and it's got 2 doily tuck spots and a little envelope with a lipstick on it, and this is Mod Podge tissue paper. And it opens up for tucking things into and keeping little secrets or making wishes. I love this. I love that I put the pink over the green because I think pink and green go together really, really well. And this is another side tuck made out of a perfume bottle. Pink and green. I love it. I think those colors go together really well. This is a necklace that I cut out of a magazine that I thought would make a neat side tuck with an envelope with roses on it. Neat, right? There's nothing in the envelope, but I still think it's a pretty neat envelope. You never know when you're going to need an envelope, right? Another half page. This tuck here is made out of a wine label. I love to include wine labels because I think they class up any journal. And this is actually from a wine kit that we ourselves did. So I actually have bottles of wine on my shelf right now that have this label on them. And I just save the labels and make them into tuck spots. I think it adds a nice little personal touch. And here we have a shaker tag to go with it. So it's got lots of stars and sequins, and it's really pretty, and it's blank on the back for journaling. It's got a little mini tag up here at the top, and I stamped that little heart on there. I love that it says Absolute Glamour. I think that's so neat. Really fits the theme. Little embellishment. And over on this side, we have a piece of paper that has a floral print on it. It might be a little bit hard to see the floral print, but I love that it goes up past the edge here to add interest to the top of the journal when it's closed. Alrighty, this is one of my favorite pages. Please pay attention to this tuck spot because it's shiny and it's also textured. It's got a bunch of like wrinkles in it, and it's really shiny and pretty, and I love it. I think it's so neat. But I included this mesh bag here for collecting lucky coins. So you stick, when you find a coin on the ground, you stick it in there, and then you like pull the drawstrings to keep it closed, and you got a safe place to keep all your luck. Neat, right? This, I think we called this a barn door folded embellishment or something. I don't remember exactly. It was part of the Tuesday tutorial challenge, and I just think it's really neat. We have the butterfly embellishment on the front. When you open it up, it's got tuck spaces and a stamp and a sticker, and then a card that says T for Tammy. Am I in frame? Yes, I am. T for Tammy. And a little bit of a secret confession. I wanted to see what would happen if instead of hand stitching it, I drew the stitches on. And I gotta say, looks pretty good with the stitches just drawn on. And it's got this ribbon as a closure. I love this ribbon. It's a little hard to see, but it's like a purpley green shimmery thing. I love it. I use that ribbon all the time because I think it's so pretty. All right, we're gonna stick that back in there. Doop, 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 doop. There you go. And we have another half page here, and it's got another coin envelope with a medallion on it and a prefab tag to go in it. Let me make sure I'm in frame. I have a tendency to pull it a little bit towards me as I go. This I love. I love this so much because you untie this, right? And then it folds open, and you'll notice we have the butterfly here, and it matches the butterfly here, right? This was the card, and this was the envelope. And it's like a whole notebook of pages of graph paper. So Tammy can write on them. She could write out lists. She could draw if she wants to. All the papers she could ever need for writing. And then if she wanted to label like what it's a list of, or if it's a little sketchbook, she can write it here. Neat, right? Alrighty, we have a little belly band here with another bit of ephemera. I happen to love that stamp. That is the focal point of this one. That's one of my favorite stamps, and I use it all the time. And because of where the button is, I had to put this one in upside down. So a little bit of extra interest there. T for Tammy, and it has a little map. Am I in frame? Yes, it has a little map tag to go in there, and that's on one of these like short pieces of paper. And on the back, this is made out of envelopes. It's nothing but tuck spots. I mean, you can write on it too, but there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this one, and all of them are tuck spaces. You tuck lots of little neat things in there. This I cut out of a magazine and made it into a tuck space because it's so pretty with all the green and the pink and the flowers. Very glamorous. And here we have sparkly washi tape and an embellishment on a page that can be journaled on. So we've come to the end of our first signature, and now we're starting our second signature. Now, something you'll notice about this is gold and these are silver. I have included both gold and silver in this journal. My friend Tammy loves them both. And a lot of people, you either like one or the other. You either like gold or you like silver. Me, I'm a silver person, but not Tammy. She's like, give me both. So I was like, both it is. And we have here a little mermaid scale patterned tag that I have included in there. High drama, because it's silver and gold and mermaids. Doesn't get more dramatic than that, I don't think. This is a little dress made out of ribbon. It's actually the same ribbon as is on the cover. And it's so pretty that I included it in here. I think it's really neat. It's kind of bulky, but it's adorable. So, little dress on gold. And this opens up. It can be written on, and it's got the washi tape. It can be written on, or you can tuck stuff in there. Neat, I think. And here we have another bit of the ledger paper. Neat, right? I especially love this little guy. A lot of them have little mini tags on them, but the mini tag on this one is flower shaped, so I thought that was neat. Yep, and it goes into this tuck space that has been lined with washi tape. And we have a rhinestone print here. Little birdie tag. It's green, so I included it on the green page. And a flower stamp, which I think is neat. And on the back, this is actually made from an envelope, from a junk mail envelope. And we have the part down here with the punches and the little pre-made tag that we've seen elsewhere in the journal. And what I really like about this, little bow, and it's got distressing. What I really like about this is this window area, because I have included, if I can get it out of there, a journaling card. And it's like peekaboo see-through type dealio over here with a neat little painting. Another half page. And this, it's got the masquerade theme to it with the silver and the gold. It says invitation. It's neat, right? and a place to journal on the inside. Very glamorous for my friend Tammy. This is a little side band, and this one is actually a little bit different. This was my favorite of all of the perfume bottles, so I wanted to do something a little bit different with it, and I made it into a notebook. So she can, if she needs to like whip out a notebook and write a couple of quick notes, she can. Neat, right? Half page with a ticket embellishment at the bottom with a bow and a little flower. This is crown holographic washi tape over here with the little tabs, and of course all of these can be tucked under. You could like slide something in or just leave them as decoration and journal on this part, which is probably what I would do. I always try to include at least one place for a photograph in all of my journals. Am I in frame? Yes, I am. I try to include at least one place for photographs in all of my journals. So, you know, whenever you have an adventure, you've always got a place to remember it. This is actually a perfume bottle, but it looks just like a high heel. So they both work for a glamour journal, and this is, of course, a belly band. Then we have this thing that goes with it. It actually goes like this, but I have to turn it sideways so that the little rose pokes out the end. This is an altered CD sleeve that's been decorated on the front. We have you see it, the silver doily right here, and the flowers, and the lace. And then if you turn it over, there's a place to journal on the back, and you can pull out this guy, which has pages for journaling on, right? And then you put it back in. Please bear with me because I got the measurements exactly right on this, so it fits like a glove. It can be quite difficult to get back in because it is snug in there. There we go. And you can see the little polka dots through the CD window. Neat, right? Stick that guy back in there. We have an altered book page poem. I won't read it to you, but it's very neat. Then we have this guy here, which is attached to this little half page via an altered paper clip. Neat, right? And this I love, classic elegance. That reminded me really so much of Tammy because she is a very classy and elegant lady, a very classically elegant lady as well. But you open it up and it's got little nail files. So wherever she goes, she'll always have a nail file with her. One less thing to worry about. Bear with me. This is a little tough to get on. You have to just be very patient. Do, 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 do. Do, do. There we go. All right, I'm going to reattach that with my altered paper clip. Do, do. Stick you back on. I love that little altered paper clip. Actually, I'm going to put it a little bit higher. Oh, it's a little hard to see, but this has a beautiful pattern to it. That's like a tan lace. A little hard to see, I know, but it is very pretty. All right, trying again. Ta-da! And on the back of that half page, we have a little envelope. There's nothing in there, but she can like tuck little things in there if she wants to. Like that. Alrighty, this is a paper bag. Can you see it? Let me make sure you can see it. Yeah, you can see that it accordions open, and it has a little piece of ephemera in it, same as the other ones. And it is decorated. And this is actually a wine label. I love this wine label. I just think it's really neat with the roses and all on it. The guy at the wine shop actually gave me a bunch of labels. So that's not one of our wines. It's one of the wine shop's wines. Here we have a double tuck space. There are two of these, tuck space, with the XO pattern. Then we have the adult coloring book pages, which means we are coming to the center of our second signature. I love the long banners on these altered paper clips. And of course, This paper clip and any bit of ephemera or anything in here can of course be moved around as needed. I always suggest, like, if you're going to have one of these and like move it around, use it to mark your place. Good idea, right? But I thought it went neat right here. So we have our little long banner, pros and cons list, just like with the other signature, adult color and book pages. Then we have this guy. I loved this little perfume bottle. This is so neat. It's so fluffy looking. And it almost didn't fit, so. And it's made into a little tuck space with another one of these cards in it. Journaling cards. Blank space on the back for journaling. I always try to leave a couple of blank spaces, no matter how hard it is to do. I have a tendency to be like, oh no, every page has to be decorated. And it's like, no, leave some of them blank. This is a journal. There needs to be space for journaling. Another half page with an altered Rolodex card. This one has coffee splatters on it. Then we have this bit of ephemera. I happen to love this rose stamp. And I especially love the little mini tag. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's green with little pink flowers. I just think that's the neatest little thing. Put that back in there. And on the back, there is an envelope, and in it is a little rose tag. And here we have an altered glassine, or a stamped glassine bag. Hang on a second. Turn me that way. There we go. I'm going to lift it up. It's kind of hard to see the little square stamps on there. But they're on there and they're really neat. And along the edge we have the tulip punches. Blank on the back for journaling. And then we have another perfume bottle. I thought this was the most glamorous of the perfume bottles, to be honest, but that's probably just my like late 90s, early 2000s aesthetic going on there with the gold and the bright pink and everything. But I think it's really pretty nonetheless. Blank on the back for journaling. And then we have another half page with a lipstick and a coin envelope, and into it I have tucked another little journaling card. A silver butterfly there. And here we have a silver doily with a heart embellishment. And it is a tuck space, so I've tucked a journaling card into it. And on the back, let me turn it sideways so you guys can see it. There we go. That is a ring that I cut out of a magazine. And it's green, and it's silver and gold. And I was like, I'm including that, because that is so neat. And this one, of course, is also a tuck space for tucking things. Little half page, and on the back is a tuck made out of punches and a little journaling card. We've seen a bunch of them. This one, I'll explain the tissue paper in a second. This one has a little XOXO charm on it, which I thought was really neat. And I love that the lace overlaps the edge over here, because it gives the edge of the journal like extra interest. But I love this little barn door thing, and you open it up and it's got this in there. It's like a smaller version of the big one we saw earlier. And this wax stamp has, it's made of, it's got crayon in it. And so I always put this over it because I don't necessarily want it to write on the other pages. It's just for protection purposes. Another wine label with peacock feathers. Because, of course, you got peacock feathers in a glamour themed junk journal. And this is, hands down, the best piece of ephemera I've ever made in my life. It's so pretty. I love everything about it. I love the bow at the top. I love the stamp. I love the cutout and the little star and the bow. I love everything. I think this is so, so pretty. And it's like in French and stuff. So it's reminiscent of Paris, I think. I'm going to tuck that back in. I wanted to put it towards the back because I find that I tend to put all of the neat stuff at the beginning of the journal. I was like, no, I want something really cool towards the back. If you'll remember, toward the front, I had a pink perfume bottle on a green page. Well, I want to do the opposite here. It's the green perfume bottle on a pink page because I just think pink and green go together so well. And it has a little card tucked behind it. for journaling on. It's very neat. And then we have a blank page on the back. So if she wants to, you know, if she has some special list or something here, she can flip all the way to the back first and it's right there, accessible. And then here, handmade with love, because this is handmade for love, just for my friend Tammy. And we have the same pattern on the back of the journal as we had inside of the front cover. And this was put together with, again, it's two signatures with the 5, I don't know if you can see in there, it's the 5-hole pamphlet stitch. And they're stitched in with like pink. So I hope you guys have enjoyed looking at my Glamour themed junk journal. Thanks for watching.